everybody, and welcome back to Before the Downbeat, a musical podcast. I am your host, Mackenzie, and I am joined once again by my friend, co-host, Canadian B. Arthur, Autumn Smith.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. I'm sorry for sounding a little bit ragged at this point. We've recorded quite a bit today.
Yes.
But we're having a blast, nevertheless.
Yes, we are. It's great.
Yes, we're having
a
lot of fun.
Very heated debates.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. So this week we are going to be talking about, really, I would say, the beginning of musicals. Like
after Showboat.
Yes. Showboat was kind of
it was the baboon.
Yeah. Showboat was kind of the middling ground between operetta and musical. It was kind of that bridging point, and then I would say Oklahoma really is the first proper musical to come forward. So yes, this week we were talking about the Rodgers and Hammerstein classic Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Yow!
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain.
This is a musical that is wonderful. I guess I can kind of say why I picked it, considering I'm the one who did.
I did not pick this
I
one.
did not pick Oklahoma. I did. No. So I picked it, first of all, because, as we said, it was the first musical, really after Showboat, that really kind of set the modern musical by incorporating singing, dance, and music all into one seamless plot. And I think it's just a great story. I think there's a lot. I think this is one of the most underrated shows where people just write it off as the cowboy farmer classic golden age Broadway show. And I think there's a lot more to it. So that's why I picked it, because I think we can really get deep into this show and have a lot of fun dissecting this piece. Yeah, this is it. We're going to talk about Oklahoma because I thought it was a great choice.
It is a good choice.
Episode 4, like we are now 4 episodes in. We've talked about West Side, we've talked about chess, and now we're jumping back in time to Oklahoma, and we got way more stuff lined up for you this season.
We're very out of sequence here.
We really are. We're recording all over the place today. We're kind of going through our list of shows and choosing which ones we want to talk about. So, yeah, Autumn, why don't you kind of get us started on who's who on the creative team? Who do we got on the roster today?
Well, of course, we have the classic Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Absolutely.
Hammerstein, tomato.
Yeah.
I think it's
Hammerstein.
I think it's Hammerstein as well. Some people say Steen, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I have big conversations about words lately. For example, midwifery versus midwifery, of course.
It's midwifery.
No, it's midwifery. Oh, there's Sarah's piping for the day.
There you go. There's her one line per episode.
Those the things that float in the water that are called buoys, but some people call them buoys.
They're called buoys.
They're called buoys because they're buoyant.
Yes.
So
I will say that people who call
Hammerstein
people milk, and I'm like, no, it's milk. Same thing with calling pillow. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
My grandmother used to say sandwich.
It's sandwich.
I know. But hey, it was endearing. I love it. So we have Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Okay. We want to start with them.
Wonderful duo.
Yeah.
Richard Charles Rodgers and Oscar Greeley Clendenig Ritter von Hammerstein II.
Gotta love that name.
Maybe this will go longer than an hour. So maybe. Rodgers was the composer of music.
Yeah.
With Hammerstein as a lyricist.
Yeah.
Rodgers did over 900 songs.
Oh my goodness.
And 43 Broadway musicals.
God bless him.
And he's best known for songwriting with Lawrence Hart.
Yes.
And Hammerstein.
We'll get into Hart.
And he is one of those guys that won an EGOT.
I can believe that.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. In addition, he also was awarded the Pulitzer Prize.
Okay.
Making him one of only 2 people to receive all 5. The other being Marvin Hamlish.
Interesting.
I know. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then we get into our friend, Mr. Hammerstein.
Well, you want to say the long name again?
Oscar Greeley, Clendenning, Ritter von Hammerstein II. Theater director of musicals, a librettist, a producer for over 40 years, 8 Tony Awards, 2 Academy Awards, and many of his songs are like jazz standards right now. He co-wrote 850 songs.
Oh my goodness.
So Rodgers wrote 50 more than Hammerstein.
Was Rodgers? No, it was Hammerstein who died first. Yes, it's Hammerstein.
79.
Because Rodgers wrote with Sondheim. So,
yes, he did.
Yeah, so yeah.
You're right. Because
I guess that's why there's 50 more songs for Rodgers.
Rodgers lived to 79 and Hammerstein lived to 60.
There you go.
1916.
Yeah, he had stomach cancer, throat cancer, one of those types of cancers.
Something like that, yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah. But
there you go.
He still wrote 800 and...
Yeah, he did a great job.
Songs.
Yeah.
Was lyricist and playwright. He worked on Showboat. And then together, of course, they wrote King and I, Sound of Music, Oklahoma, Carousel, South Pacific, Cinderella, Flower Drum Song. I think I said Cinderella twice.
That's okay.
But that's okay. That's all right. It's Cinderella.
Yes.
In my own little corner. Okay. Over here in the corner.
Yeah.
So they were great.
Yes.
The director of the original Broadway production was Reuben Mamoulian.
Right.
And another interesting fellow. He did Oklahoma, he did Carousel, he did Lost in the Stars. He directed Wings Over Europe, and then he directed the revival of Porgy and Bess. But I think he might have done one of the original Porgy and Bess as well.
He could have been one of those directors that did it twice.
And then, but more importantly, you have the choreographer. Because you have that beautiful dream sequence.
We do.
And it was Agnes DeMille. Yes. Of all people.
Beautiful Agnes.
Like just American Ballet Theater, did the ballets for Copeland's Rodeo, which was huge at the time.
Yeah.
Did a lot of different ballets. Like she's a choreographer of ballets, really, essentially. What else? What else can I say about her? She did musicals like Carousel, Bloomer Girl, Allegro, and then she did Brigadoon.
Oh, very good.
And she was the Tony Award recipient for that.
Yes.
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Paint Your Wagon, Girl in Pink Tights, Goldilocks, and 110 in the Shade. So
she had a very extensive career.
Yeah. And just like stunning. Like the ballets in Oklahoma and Carousel like are just
beautiful.
Genius. I'm not sure if she did the film versions.
I don't know. That's a good question.
These. I don't think she did. But
I think by that point the relationship maybe soured a bit with her.
Maybe she was really known for integrating dance into the musical plot.
Yes,
that was her thing. It was huge,
and it paved the way for people like Jerome Robbins
and Bob Fosse.
Exactly,
100%.
And also Gillian Anderson from Cats.
Yeah, who just died.
Yes, she did. Mm-hmm. Very recently.
Yeah.
Great team they had in place.
I was like, Gillian Anderson from X-Files? Wait 1 second.
Sorry, Gillian Lynn.
Yeah, it was Gillian Lynn. I'm like,
Gillian Lynn.
Wait a second.
Sorry, not Gillian.
A huge Gillian Anderson fan, though. Shout out to Gillian Anderson.
She's going to be on The Crown in season 4 playing Margaret Thatcher.
That is the most exciting thing I've heard all day.
Right?
With Olivia Colman.
And Helena Bonham Carter. As Princess Margaret. It's gonna be
love it. I love
The Crown.
Like, I didn't think it could get any better.
Oh, it's going to get better. I just wish they'd come out.
But you throw Olivia Colman in anything.
It's true.
Boom.
You're done. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Love her. Broadchurch. Best thing ever.
She's great in the new Les Mis BBC.
Who does she play?
Madame Thénardier.
Oh, well, I've got it there. I've got it taped on my thing.
I've got to watch
Sarah, we're watching Les Miserables.
Wrote it down.
Thank you. It'll make us miserable.
It will, but it's a fantastic version.
Well, I'm sure.
Go watch it, people. It's wonderful.
And it's the BBC.
BBC.
Of course it's BBC.
With Dominic West, Lily Collins, David Ollio, Olivia Colman. Fantastic. Even David Bradley.
Oh, wow.
He's in it. He plays Marius' grandfather. And that's a character that gets a great improvement. Compared to he's a forgotten character in the book, but he's wonderful. It's a great
I was going to say he's not in the musical.
No,
I don't remember
he's in
him.
the movie version. The grandfather is in the movie version, but it's very sideline.
It's very sideline.
Yeah. Either way, tangent done.
But it was a good one. We can talk BBC anytime.
We can.
All about the BBC.
Exactly. That'll be another podcast we'll do.
At BBC, we love you.
We do. Okay. So is that it for the team?
Yeah, that's the team.
All right. So I'll get into production history.
Okay.
So basically, the musical was inspired by the play Green Grow the Lilacs.
That's right.
This is also the musical collaboration of Rodgers and Hammerstein, as we talked about. It was Richard Rodgers who first bought the rights to adapt the play.
Yeah.
At the time,
and the play didn't do well.
It did okay. It wasn't a huge resounding success.
No.
So Rodgers bought the rights because he thought, hey, this could make good subject matter. So originally he went to his partner, Lorenz Hart, who unfortunately was battling alcohol addiction, among many other issues. So Hart lost interest in the project, and Hammerstein was approached by Rodgers and asked to work on the project.
That's great.
Which is like fate.
It's the beginning.
It is.
Of awesomeness.
So the first title they gave the show was, you know what it was?
No.
Before Oklahoma. The original name of the show was Away We Go.
Oh.
And
okay.
Yep.
That's weird.
Yep. And it opened out for its out-of-town tryouts with that name at the New Haven's Schubert Theater on March 11th, 1943. The expectations were very low for the show. They thought it was going to be a flop. Hammerstein had already written 6 flops in a row by the time the show came around.
Oh boy. And
the show had no star power. There was no big name.
Yeah.
So producer Mike Todd walked out of the first act during the tryout and wisecracked to Rodgers saying, no legs, no jokes, no chance. Well, boy, was he wrong.
Wow.
But Rodgers and Hammerstein were ultimately confident. They continued to work on the book and score continuously. It was one of those things where they just worked it.
That's great.
So the New Haven and Boston audiences were actually enthusiastic. Although the reviews were only fair, the audiences were just like, oh my goodness, we just like saw the light. They were over the moon.
Oh, that's great.
But ultimately, they decided they had to make some changes to the show before it opened on Broadway. So on the train to New York, Rodgers wrote, Hammerstein writes the lyrics. So Hammerstein wrote the lyrics to Oklahoma, which was going to end the show. And when they were in meetings, they realized the title just wasn't working. So they decided to change it to Oklahoma.
I love it.
Instead. So when the production did open on March the 31st, 1943 at the St. James Theater in New York City, it starred Alfred Drake as Curly, Joan Roberts as Laurie, the wonderful Celeste Holm as Ado Annie. You have Howard De Silva as Judd Fry, Betty Gard as Aunt Eller, Lee Dixon as Will Parker, and Joseph Balouf as Ali Akim. The production ran for 2,212 performances.
That's a lot.
Yeah, finally closing on May 29th, 1948. Oklahoma ran for over 5 years, a Broadway record that would not be lost until My Fair Lady in 1956.
Wow.
The Tony Awards and other awards were that are now given out for achievement for musical theater were not in existence in 1943. So the show won no awards for the original production. However, since then, the original production, it has been revived in 1951, 1979, 2002 with Andrea Martin as Aunt Eller.
As Aunt Eller.
Yeah, and then in 2019, the latest revival having just recently won for Best Revival as well as for Best Supporting Actress.
For Ali Stoker.
Yeah, Ali Stoker playing Ado Annie, the first actress in a wheelchair.
Yeah, which is awesome.
It's fantastic.
So good.
Fantastic.
So good.
Yeah. So that's the history of the show.
Yeah.
There also was a film version that came out as well. That was worked on after Hammerstein's untimely demise.
Yeah, with Shirley Jones.
Yes, it kind of kicked off her career. It was big. So
It's quite big.
I mean, it's burning hay bales and like. It'd be a movie I'd be really interested in seeing a remake of.
The one at Roundabout right now with Ali Stoker?
No, just like remake the movie. Like redo it.
I see.
Because I mean, back then it was kind of hoaxy the way they did it. I think they could. I think you could do something really interesting with a modern retake.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah,
I mean, that's what they've done with the Roundabout version, which is interesting.
What is your first experience with the musical, though? Let's segue into our next section.
Well, I mean, this is not one of those musicals I know very well, and I mean, I know some of the music well, but I danced to Oklahoma when I was 8, and my brother did a lift with me, so that was fun. That's what I remember, and I was in like a purple checked dress with a big bow in my hair. Yeah. And we all sang Oklahoma. That's what I remember. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it on film. I don't know if I've ever seen this live, which is
really,
yeah.
Oh, it's fun live. I just get right into it. They know the lyrics to this, even if you don't know them when you walk in the door, you will catch them.
Oh well, they're pretty. Yeah, they're where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
Yes,
Oklahoma.
Exactly.
I would have liked to have seen the National Theater version.
Oh, with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
you
Laura
can watch
Pulver.
it. There's a recording of it.
Oh, maybe I'll do that.
It's really good.
And Laura Pulver, the woman from Sherlock. I love her.
Yes, and then
she's great.
I forget who plays Aunt Eller in that.
She also, I think, played. Did she not play Laura Pulver? Did she? No, was it Laura Pulver that was in this? No, sorry, Laura Pulver was in Parade. I lie.
Anyway, fantastic.
Yeah,
ones were like it wasn't like on the radar too much.
No, I mean it. I mean I know it.
Have
I know all of the
kids
songs.
to the songs.
No.
You totally should.
No, I don't know if this would be their cup of tea. They're into Hairspray. That's their kind of musical. Go
for Oklahoma, kids.
No,
so much better than Hairspray.
I don't even know if I like Oklahoma. It reminds me of like The Bachelorette, musical theater style.
Oh, we're gonna have
one girl, two men. Oh, fighting over.
Yeah.
Yeah. One's evil, one's valiant.
But is Judd evil though? I think you could do some arguments there.
No, I think he's just misunderstood.
He's kind of like he's kind of like the precursor to Billy Bigelow. Considering this came before Billy Bigelow. This came before Carousel.
Yeah.
And Carousel I think was next on the roster after.
I think Judd is painted much darker than Billy.
Yes. You mean Curly?
No, I think Judd is a much darker character than Billy Bigelow.
Oh, Billy Bigelow. Yes. True.
Like
Billy Biggelow's the nice cousin of Judd Fry.
Yeah, he's more reclusive and more I don't know.
Yeah.
More McCavity.
True.
You know, like I feel bad for him because he's used.
True.
Like that's not very nice.
No. That is true.
Lori.
Actually, then you really should see the new production they have on Broadway because apparently that does go into that really interesting way they look at Judd. So I'd love to see that. Maybe they'll do a tour of it and they'll bring it to Toronto and we'll go see it.
Okay.
We'll bring your kiddos.
Okay.
We'll subject them to some Rodgers.
They love music. No, they love musicals. They love The Sound of Music.
See, then they'll love this.
They love Oliver. Like we go to a coffee shop named Oliver's and they sing Oliver every morning.
Then they will love this. This is like heyday, golden age fun. Teach them this about Oklahoma.
Yeah. I'm just a girl. That's exactly what I want to teach my daughter in this day and age.
That's such a great song.
It's perfect. It's a great lesson.
Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that song. But yeah, so I'll quickly go through my experience was. Okay. So the first thing I did with Oklahoma was I was taught the song Kansas City by my singing teacher because she thought it'd be a great song for me to sing.
Everything's up to date.
Yeah.
In Kansas City.
And then my aunt took me to see the Stratford production in 2007. And it starred Steve Ross playing Judd
Oh.
You have...
Was it Dan Chamroy playing
Yes,
Curly?
it was.
Yeah.
Dan Chamroy playing Curly.
Yeah, I can totally see
Blythe
that.
Wilson playing Lori.
I love
And
Nora McClellan.
Norma McClellan playing Aunt Eller. And unfortunately, the actress who played, I forget her name, but she passed away due to breast cancer. So there now is a whole foundation.
Who's that? Was it Gina Wilkinson that directed it?
No. Donna Fiore directed the production. Oh, this was like the production that put Donna Fiore on the map. Because then she did Oliver after that.
Oh, let's not talk about that version of Oliver.
Okay. Sorry, Donna.
Sometimes we just don't like some things. It was too nice. That's the only thing with that Oliver. It was just too nice. But I'd really like to see Little Shop of Horrors. I'm sorry that I missed Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Lindsay Thomas.
Played
Ado Annie.
Okay. Well, that's too bad.
Yes, unfortunately passed away. Yes, an untimely passing. So,
excuse me.
So came to the show, saw it there, and then I realized that Hugh Jackman did a version that got him discovered and cast as Wolverine.
Really? Is that what got him?
Indeed, because originally they wanted Russell Crowe, and Russell Crowe's like, I'm doing Gladiator, I'm not playing Wolverine. But he said, I thought you meant
they wanted...
No.
Curly.
No.
I was like,
but basically, so he told the casting, go check out my friend, Hugh Jackman. He's in London right now, playing Curly in Oklahoma. And sure enough, there's the fight scene where Hugh Jackman takes his shirt off, and they went, oh.
Cool.
He could do it. So that's how Wolverine ended up being Hugh Jackman, was because they saw him as Curly, and it was fantastic. So watch that film stage version; it's fantastic.
And now we have him as the Greatest Showman.
He's in a lot of. You should watch him in Prisoners. He's fantastic in Prisoners.
Okay.
It's dark. Yeah. Don't watch it with the kids. It's all about child abduction.
Oh wow, that sounds lovely.
It's a fantastic character.
Is this on Netflix?
Could be.
Okay. Prisoners. Disney. There you go. There's Sarah's humor, everyone. She was holding out on us.
Okay.
Great.
So we get into the show. What is your top 3 songs, Autumn? What's your first?
What's my first song? I'm going to say, Oh, What a Beautiful
That's
Morning.
my first song. That's my first choice, too.
It's just great.
It's a fantastic flip the switch opening.
All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Where, like, it's not this big bombastic group number. It's just a guy singing off stage, and there's Aunt Eller churning butter.
Well, it's just easy,
It
right?
is. I sing it all the time in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a great song to wake up to.
I love it. Yes. There's nothing more I need to say about that. It's just simple, lovely.
And I love the fact...
Riding a horse, chewing some hay.
Yes.
Boom.
And this, I also find the simplicity captures the wide open plains of Oklahoma, where it's just the one guy just wandering through the flat plains. Yes, because really that like when I think of Oklahoma, like you think of just the kind of like what I think about what like Saskatchewan.
Yeah, just
like just way
on a horse.
Yeah, just moving through.
Way to go.
Yeah, and it's one of those songs that I just love. And Hugh Jackman does a great rendition.
And that waving wheat sure smells sweet, doesn't it?
It does. Or that little brown maverick who's winking her eye.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's great. It's great. It just captures the time and place beautifully.
Yeah, it's a great opening number. It's easily be a top 5 opening songs on the show. Mm-hmm. Easily. Okay, what's your next choice?
Out of My Dreams and the Ballet.
Out of my dreams and into the hush of falling shadows, when the mist is low and stars are breaking through, then out of my dreams
That's on my. That's on my opposite list.
Oh my god! You know me. After the West Side Story ballet,
it's true.
I'm big into the dances.
I love the ballet. I just don't like the song because I'm like, Lori, you're better than this.
Out of My Dreams.
No.
Oh.
I just find the song is repetitive. As the audience knows, Lori doesn't like Judd, and she does like Curly.
I know.
So the conflict isn't there.
Using...
Yeah, she's using poor Judd, and so the dilemma doesn't feel real. Instead,
but she's attracted to Judd. There's something. He's the bad seed that she's attracted to.
True. But you can say that about Curly too. Curly's not a nice guy. We'll get into that. It just paints because Lori comes out at the top of Act 1 and she's like guns ablazing, like she is an independent, no nonsense woman, and then it's like
but she takes a drug. She's drugged.
That's even worse. It's like
I know it's like
let's knock her out with a drug, and she's gonna find what man.
I don't know if we should get into the political ramifications of these musicals because they're so wrong, and so like a woman is drugged and then sings this, and and now I'm saying it's beautiful though. The arc of it, the musicality of it is gorgeous.
I don't like many of Lori's songs in the show.
And
I'd rather listen to 80 Annie.
Well, they're just a little bit more feisty, right?
Yeah, like Lori just kind of whimsically moves. Yeah. It's kind of like her.
But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful melody.
It is a beautiful melody. I will give it that. It is a gorgeous melody. But I just go, I
know, but
there's nothing for me. The ballet, though, I'll listen to the ballet anytime.
Julie Jordan's kind of like, Maria's, fine. Maria's fine. What else did they write here? There's some of their women are not like, they're better characters in their...
Oh yeah, the Baroness in Sound of Music is a far more fascinating
I love the
character.
Baroness. I think
or
she's
Mother
great.
Abbess.
Or the Mother Abbess.
And the Dissing Nuns.
Boom. They're brilliant. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
Out
of My Dreams did not make it made my top 3 often skipped or like not like songs list.
Yeah, I just love the melody.
I know. I can't blame you.
That's all.
It's a beautiful melody.
I'm thinking of Out of My Dreams. I'm falling into Dreamland.
There you go. Welcome to Dreamland.
Dreamland. There was a musical called Dreamland. Was it called Dreamland? Yeah,
I think so. I think that's
It was a
Ashman
Canadian.
No,
it was Canadian.
It's a Canadian.
Yeah, it was a Canadian.
Maybe there's another one
ages ago. Who wrote the music to it?
All right, you find that.
I'll figure that out.
Yeah, I'll tell you my second choice.
Okay.
That you're gonna laugh at.
Okay.
But it's Farmer and the Cowman, the opening to Act 2. I love this song. Such a great opening number to Act 2. I love this piece to death. It's fantastic. It reestablishes the community and the internal conflicts of the story.
The farmer and the cowman should be friends. Oh, the farmer and the cowman should be friends. Oh, one man likes to push a plow, the other likes to chase a cow, but that's no reason why they can't be friends. Territory folks should stick together, territory folks should all be pals. Cowboys dance with the farmers' daughters, farmers dance with the ranchers' gals.
I love the fact that the dance sequence of it is just like, I wish all dances were like had this music because I would totally go dancing for this. I just have one baskets with the bait, with the brass and the strings. Again, it's like quintessential golden age, like Bum, 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 bum. It is so great. I love it. It's weird. There are versions of it where they have Aunt Eller sing the song, and there's other versions where Ado Annie's dad is the lead singer of the song.
Uh-huh.
I personally like the versions with Aunt Eller. I think that's a much better person to sing the song because she's a bigger character, and she's also the bridge between the cowboys and the farmers.
Yeah, totally.
She's the bridging character of the piece, so I think it's much better versions of that. Yeah, no, the farmers and the cowman. I absolutely adore this piece. This is one that's on repeat frequently on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's right up there with like G Officer Krupke or America. Like all those
my
songs
God.
get in there. And
Really?
Oh yeah.
I swear it was called Dreamland. Guys, I can't find it.
Okay.
It's that old. Oh, new musical, Dreamland. No, this is a new one.
Yeah, no.
There was a Canadian... It's gonna bug me.
Well, if you think of it throughout the show, just holler.
Okay.
But yeah, Farmer and the Cowman. That is my second choice of top 3 songs of the show.
Okay, I like it. I'll go with it. It's not mine, but...
It's a great chorus number.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it segues into one of my favorite scenes, the basket auction. Which is which is just so funny.
Which is awful.
Oh, it's awful because I feel bad for Judd, where it's I'm gonna bet every piece of money I have on this picnic basket.
I'm very disgusted that they're selling themselves through their picnic basket. I mean, it literally is The Bachelorette Final 2 with a couple of big dance numbers thrown in.
$40 in 2 bits.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so great. I love it. It's a great number. Anyway, what is your second choice?
My third choice?
That's right. Yes. Sorry.
We're on third choices. Yeah. People will say we're in love.
Did not make my list, but I do love it.
I love it.
I love that
It's
conflict.
kind of saucy. It
absolutely is.
It's cheeky. It's Lori being Lori, which is nice.
And that's the Lori I like, where she is feisty and she's independent and she's like, no, don't hold my hand. Like, screw off. Like,
don't take my arm too much.
Let go.
Don't keep your hand in mine.
Let go.
Your hand is so grand in mine. People will say we're in love.
Like, I don't want rumors about you right now. I'm not into you. And then they kind of dimmer down with Out of My Dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is the Lori where it's like, yeah, that's in character with who we've seen throughout the whole show, where she's like pushing Curly off and she's like, no, leave me alone. Like, I'm out.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's flirty. I think it's fun.
Yes, I agree with you. It just didn't make sense because there's one song I like a little bit more than that one.
What is it?
Poor Judd is Dead.
Oh, yeah, it's good too.
I think the song is a fascinating character piece because it paints Curly as a villain. The protagonist of the story is actively trying to get Judd to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And it's dark. Like, it is a dark song.
Well, he's in his way. It's about, like, feral masculinity.
Yes.
Poor Judd Fry's dead. Oh, gather round his coffin now and cry. He had a heart of gold, and he wasn't very old. Oh, why did such a feller have to die?
It's about $2.
Do you watch The Bachelorette?
No.
You need to watch it.
I don't want to watch The Bachelor. I don't want to subject myself to that.
Do it, because you'll know exactly what I mean.
Okay.
When I talk about feral masculinity. And you just watch the final, watch the Men Tell All, I think. Is it this weekend? Is it on Monday?
It's this week. Okay, I don't have cable, so
Friends, if you knew me, you would be like, I don't know her for watching The Bachelorette, but I do watch it because I find it fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating. So Oklahoma, Bachelorette.
Bachelorette.
If I were going to direct Oklahoma,
make it like
it
The
would be
Bachelorette.
like The Bachelorette.
See, I would direct it in the round and have canopy over top of the audience, so it's really like they're in the wide open plain.
Yeah.
And I put it modern, not chaps and that type of thing, and just having people watching this community go through that, because I think there's a lot of interesting stuff about community in this show that you could really get into. But who's
So
in,
kind of
who's
like
out.
what the Roundabout's doing.
Yeah,
They
kind
said it
of.
at a potluck.
I know. I love it. And I was like, damn it, they took my idea.
I know. Hate when that happens.
Right? When you have a great idea and somebody else gets to you first.
It's not fair.
It isn't. But yeah, poor Judd. Like, I think this is a song that paints the protagonist in a great light.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It makes him complex.
It does. It makes
Yeah.
him less of just like the classic, like, Clark Kent, good guy, cowboy. And it's like, no,
Clark
Curly,
Gable, here he
Curly's
comes.
got a dark side. Curly, yes,
Everyone does.
yes, Judd does murder a family, as he confesses to Curly about. But I go, Curly's got some dark sides too. If he's trying to convince one guy to commit suicide, clearly he knows what he's doing.
He's in his way, man.
Yeah, and it's great. It's a great, and the fact that like Judd plays it so sincere, where he really gets into the whole concept of people actually caring about him and the community coming together to be like, ah, damn, we lost him.
Poor Judd is dead, the candle lights his hay. He's laying in a coffin made of wood. And folks are feeling sad, 'cause they used to treat him bad. And now they know their friend has gone for good. Good.
Yeah.
It's like that poor guy is so deprived of love from people that he is
Wow.
full on buying into
Killing himself.
killing himself just to be loved and be accepted by a community.
It's like old-timey cyberbullying.
Yes, it is. It really
Really,
is.
isn't it?
It really is. So it's a fascinating song. I love
That
it.
is fascinating. No, you're right. You're right. I
Yeah.
agree. It's very complex, but it's like The Bachelorette is complex. Like the the relationship, and I know that seems really basic.
Yeah.
But if you watch these people maneuver and what they choose to put on TV versus what they choose to leave out, I'm sure is very different. Like they know the thing that is going to sell them
Yes.
a viewership.
Yeah, it's true. Well, people will watch two bucks ram heads with each other for fun, and they'll set. And reality TV sets it up so that will happen.
We have not come any further than the days of bear baiting, and it just takes a different form. We're still obsessed with human pain.
Now, I know it's surprising to me. Neither of us chose the title song as one of our top three.
Well, you know,
Like, it's a great song. I would have thought you would have maybe chosen it.
why? Why would I have chosen?
I don't
it?
know.
No,
I don't know. I just think it's a fun song that I thought you would like.
This is not a musical I
Autumn
would
Smith?
ever put on in my car. This is not. This is
Subject
not
your
the
children to this
Rodgers-
autumn. Bring them over to the dark side of
No.
Oklahoma.
This is not the Rodgers and Hammerstein I would choose.
Okay, you know how we'll have to do production of this, just so we can.
I know how I'm going to do my production now.
There you go.
So I'm going to need a lot of money and a big time sponsor because I'm going to use a lot of video.
Great.
So yeah,
I love it.
done.
Okay, so now the top three songs you either often skip or would just get rid of.
Just all of it. I don't listen to any of it. But I mean, you know, whatever. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I think it's a terrible song.
Oh, I love I Can't Say No.
No, it's great. It's one of those numbers that's just like, wah, 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 right?
Yeah.
I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go. Just when I ought to say nix.
Funny. She's the Adelaide.
She is.
Oh, Guys and Dolls, another one we should talk about at some point.
She is, but I mean, like, I love her character as Ado Annie.
But then this other guy, like this mysterious...
The Ali Hakim.
Ali Hakim.
See, I saw a really interesting version that the BBC Proms did where they didn't cast a Persian guy. They had him as a white guy, but they had him pretending to be Persian as a sales tactic.
Yeah.
And I thought...
That makes more sense.
And I thought, that is funny because Ado Annie not picking up that this guy is duping her.
Well, and that she thinks is like this foreign entity, right?
Exactly.
But that just, it's so wrong in so many ways.
I know. But you can get into it. I think it's fascinating. And I think Ado Annie is a fascinating character because it's the whole thing of like open relationships. Like she's just somebody who wants to go out and have fun. And that shouldn't be demonized by society, but yet she feels demonized because she's going, I want to do this and just have my fun with guys. But the community around me is saying, I gotta be dainty, I gotta give his face a smack, I gotta repress myself when I don't want to.
Yeah, she's all for making her own choices, which is great.
Yes, and I think that's really conflicted that you could really have some fun with a character where she's continually fighting those urges and ultimately kind of loses the fight because she ends up with Will Parker, who clearly does love her.
Oh my God.
He is like head over heels for this girl.
So much.
And she is just like, and she wants to be with the guy Mystery, the mysterious peddler man. And he's like,
oh, they're always the bad choices. But it's the same with Judd.
Yeah.
There's a reason why she has that dream.
True.
And it's because
I like the dream sequence. That's like the song that leads into it.
Appealing about the dangerous.
True. Well, it's that
in a
classic
society where they're risk adverse.
Yes. True.
She wants to. It's almost like they're both rebelling, and it's their way that they can rebel.
Yeah.
So yay, good on them for that.
Yeah.
So okay, fine. I'll change my mind. There's not really it's not on my playlist. It will probably never be on my playlist.
All right.
But if you gave me free tickets to see it, I'd go.
Yeah.
It's just So there's not really one song that I hate and not really one song that I really love.
Okay. You're very neutral on this show.
I'm very apathetic on this one.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so then I'll tell you one of the ones that's on my list besides Out of My Dreams.
Okay.
I have It's a Scandal, It's an Outrage. The Ali Hakim song.
It's a scandal, it's an outrage when her family surround you and say you gotta take and make an honest woman out of Nell. To make her honest, she will lie like hell.
That he sings in the show. And
I didn't even remember that character was in the show.
Oh God!
Until I started going back through it.
I was like, Ali Hakim.
Okay, whatever. I remember Will. It's just not one of those things that it's not a sticker show for me.
Yeah.
So
I just find this song outdated. It's all about like Ali Hakim going, I don't want to be tied down. I want to be a free man, and yet apparently all these women are supposed to be virginal. You got to marry them before you sleep with them. Like it's a very kind of like men being like, damn it, we got to get married, like type of routine. So I find it's a funny song.
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
Exactly, but I just go. The song has some issues that I don't know if it will become one of those songs that just kind of gets the nicks from future directors going, I don't think we can keep it.
Yeah, I don't think. Who directed the one in? Was it Ivan Van Hove that did the new version?
I forget.
I don't know. Now I need to find out.
All right, you find that out. I'll tell you my next choice.
Okay.
So we already talked about Out of My Dreams.
Okay.
So the other one is The Surrey with the Fringe on Top.
What? That is one I would sing all the time.
I love it, but I find it kind of boring.
All the world will fly in a flurry when I take you out in the Surrey. When I take you out in the Surrey with a fringe on top. When we hit that road, help a leather. Cha! Cats and dogs will dance in the heather. Birds and frogs will sing all together, and the toads will pop.
I just find it kind of
catchy.
boring. It's catchy and it gets stuck in my head, but I'm like, there's so many better songs in the show I'd rather listen to than Surrey with a Fringe on the top. I'd rather listen to I Can't Say No. I'd rather listen to The Lonely Room. I'd rather listen to Poor Judd Is Dead, Oklahoma, Farmer and the Cowman, The Ballet, Oh What a Beautiful Morning. Like Surrey at the Fringe top is always on the list because it kind of falls in that nice sweet spot between Oh What a Beautiful Morning and Kansas City, where I'm like, okay, I'll let it play. But I'm like
Daniel Fish
directed
it.
But yeah, Surrey with the Fringe on top. Like I don't find it as complex as the other Rodgers and Hammerstein songs they wrote for this show, where you can dive in and go into the text and see what's going on in that book. I think this song is just a nice patter song, and it's like, okay, now you're talking about a buggy. All right,
it's important. That's how he shows his. Like, it's about class again, right?
True, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, this is one of the songs that, like, if I had to choose one, that wasn't another Lori song, because I could have put both her songs on this list. But I thought, no, I'll find another one. I thought Surrey with the Fringe on the top. I love it, but I also would happily skip it because. See, now it's stuck in your head.
Yeah, it's all I'm gonna sing. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those shows where I'm just like, eh.
It's like a little trotting horse.
Oh, absolutely. They got the rhythm of like of just riding along.
Yeah, it's very pastoral.
Yes, it's very hokey.
It's a bit hokey, yeah.
Yeah,
but it is Oklahoma.
It is Oklahoma, but not all of Oklahoma is hokey though.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now I guess we're going to segue into the next section, which is should it be revived? And does it still have a place in musical theater?
It just was revived.
It still is revived on Broadway right now.
I have not seen it. I've had friends that have seen it.
Yes.
And I've been like,
Doesn't really work for them?
No, didn't work. I don't know. I don't know.
It's kind of like us in a future episode about a certain superstar, where we've now flopped positions. Where I go, absolutely, this isn't like, as I say, this isn't just a show about cowboys and farmers. Technically, it is, but there's more. Like technically speaking, yes, it's about farmers and cowboys, but I think there's a lot more societal things you can really get into in modern day. Whether it's community versus assimilation versus isolation.
Yeah, I mean,
versus like the whole Ado Annie Will Parker relationship, and the whole concept of open relationship versus like conservative relationship versus like liberal open relationship. Like you can also get in deeper with the whole thing of like Me Too, like the whole way of the Judd and the Lori and the Curly relationship.
Yeah,
as well as just the whole concept of like the Midwest.
I was going to say, if you were to do it in the Midwest, it would work, like contemporary Midwest.
Yes, and I think that's what that new revival was going for.
Yeah.
So I think there's still a lot. I think this is one of those books that gets overlooked because everybody thinks it's the hokey Rodgers and Hammerstein book, but I think they're saying a lot. Because don't forget, when this musical first came out in the 1950s, it came out in 48.
48.
So we're just out of the war. People are all coming home. You got the changing world, and then the 50s were kind of the lull. Afterwards, it was that like, oh, okay,
everything's great.
Everything's nice. It's the classic Leave It to Beaver 1950s.
Yeah,
and this is kind of the lead into it, where it's a community trying to find balance in a changing world, where they're going from isolation to being part of a bigger picture. And I think there's a lot of stuff you get into with this book where it's all about community.
I guess so, yeah.
I think trying to,
and like with our future episode of Parade.
Yes.
Trying to retain the sensibilities,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
And the young people trying to fight against it.
Yes.
So it's kind of like Spring Awakening in a way.
I love Spring Awakening.
I hate it.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, we're in agreement on at least one show you both hate.
Do Spring. I can't even listen to it.
It will not be on a podcast on this channel anytime soon.
And I have friends that were in it, and I just cannot do it.
Fair enough.
I love the play.
Yes,
the original play is great.
Good. Yes, but the musical not so much.
No.
But yeah, I think there's still a lot. I think there's a lot more you can dive into. And
yeah,
I think nowadays with our more open mindedness and open eyes to these type of situations, I think you can really dive deeper into this book and go, There's a lot more in here that we could really pick apart.
Yeah, and there'd be
focus
great
on.
talkbacks about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This would be one that would generate conversation.
Totally.
But yeah, I think that's it.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that's it for this podcast. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Okay.
I think this is
LAHOMA.
Oklahoma. Yow!
Yes.
Thank you again to Brody for writing our wonderful theme music.
Way to go, Broads.
We would love to hear your feedback on the show. Do you think Oklahoma is dated? Do you think it still has a place today? Let us know on either our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page. In the meantime, Autumn, where can they find you?
They can find me anywhere. I'm so usually in the wilds of Muskoka,
Fair enough.
on Facebook and Instagram, Autumn Smith or Autumn DM Smith.
Very good. See, and you know what? There'd be a great place to do Oklahoma. It's up in Muskoka. Small community. You could have a lot of
Hey
fun.
man, I'm telling you.
You could have a lot of fun up there.
They love Mamma Mia, so
They get right into Oklahoma.
they'd love Oklahoma too.
You could really do some fun stuff with them up there.
I
in fact.
think so. I think they'd be great. I agree.
Do it in a real barn.
Yes, I love barn theater.
Right?
Hey, speaking of barn theater.
Yes.
Oh, but it'll be too late. But I did go see an interesting production at Fourth Line Theater, musically written by Bo Dixon.
Ooh, okay.
And arranged and musical awesomeness by the Justin Hiscox.
Okay.
And the other brother, Mark Hiscox, who
Okay.
was the drummer and rocked it out.
Nice. What was the musical about?
It was about just growing up in Peterborough and a small band that started
okay.
there, and then they made it big in
Nice.
Canada, and
Okay.
it was good. It was
Okay.
good.
It's a nice homegrown musical.
A homegrown musical
love
called
it.
Bloom.
Balloon?
Bloom.
Bloom. Like the flower.
Like
Ah,
flower.
Very
yeah,
good.
and an incredible, just an incredible singer called Kate Sir is in it. And
All right, we'll
if
have to check
you can
that
check
out.
her out, she has a country sound too, so it's great. She would be no, she'd be a great Laurie.
Lori?
She would be, and if I were going to cast it, I would cast Kate Sir.
Okay.
100%. She's
Kate,
amazing.
Talk to Autumn. Get it going.
Get it going.
Get it going, Autumn.
All right.
All right. Then you can find me on all social media platforms at Mackenzie Horner. Just look for the profile picture of the guy with the red hair. Can't miss me.
It's awesome.
It is.
It's vibrant.
It's true. It's true. Actually, it's gone darker over the years. It's dulled. in
It
its color.
happens.
It
It
does.
happens to the best of us.
I'm going bald already, so
Mine's going gray.
Yeah, but see, you rock the gray.
Oh, thank
You'd be
you.
like Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada with that awesome.
Oh, I hope so.
Like that awesome. Gray
I won't be
look.
that nasty though.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You will not be that. Thanks again, everybody. We'll talk to you later. We have pumped this episode. I'm really impressed with us. So thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.